Good morning. Welcome to the 6 a.m. Club, the place where you start your day inspired. Every Saturday, it used to be Fridays, but switching it up to Saturdays, we have a bonus episode of the 6 a.m. Club that we're sharing here on the Leading Yourself podcast. The 6 a.m. Club is a new project I started this year where Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern Time, I share a quote of the day and we talk a little bit about what that quote tells us that day. And we end up with an invitation to a call to action inspired by that quote. So let me jump into today's quote of the day. And it says, "The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be." Let me read it one more time. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. And this quote, I have to be completely honest, really spoke to me today. Because if you've been following along this year on the Leading Yourself podcast, I decided to make 2022 a year of personal reinvention. So I've been very intentional about defining life in my own terms and deciding who I want to be. But here's the thing, whether you do it consciously or unconsciously, you're always making decisions to the person that you want to become. Let me repeat that one more time. Whether consciously or unconsciously, whether intentionally or not intentionally, you are making a decision to who you are becoming. So why not be intentional about deciding who do we become? See, when you're not intentional, you're still making a decision through your actions, through your habits, through your daily routines, through the things that you're focusing on. When you do all of that, depending on what you focus on, depending on what you do on a consistent basis, you're taking a vote for the person that you are becoming. And if you're not intentional about who you want to become, you might end up becoming someone that you don't like. And personally, I think that life is so precious to play the gamble game to become someone that we regret becoming at the end of our lives. I'd rather be intentional to design and decide who I want to become. So here's my invitation for you today. Reflect this weekend on who do you want to become. Make a decision on who do you want to become. Who is that best version of you look like? How does she or he look like? What is she or he doing? Think about 5 years from now, 10 years from now. What do you want your life to be? And who do you want to become? And make a decision on who that is. That is the first step into becoming that version of you. Having the clarity on who you want to become is going to be the driving force that is going to impact how you show up every day. What do you do on a consistent basis? What do you focus on? And you can be intentional about building and becoming that better version of yourself. So that is our quote for today. Before I close out, let me read it one more time for you or for that person on the back that was not paying attention. Our quote today is, "The only person that you are destined to become is the person you decide to be." So who are you going to decide to become? I hope you all have an amazing weekend. I will see you here back on Monday for a new juicy episode of the Leading Yourself podcast. Have an amazing weekend.